It's Matt with Tips for Truckers over here. Got a super coil. I absolutely hate these things. And so what I do is, okay, this one's 38,000 pounds. So I got 6 chains on here. That's worth about 30,000. And then I got these 2 straps here. What I always do with the 2 straps is I make sure they're not touching the corners here. So I make them really wide. You know, I have them all the way out here, and I got them going all the way back there, so that they're not touching the edge, because that'll rip your tarp. Speaking of ripping your tarp, I got a Kevlar tarp underneath here, and then a moving blanket on top of that. So as you can kind of see all the padding up there. So this tarp is not going to rip. Well, I shouldn't have said that out loud. But another thing about these super coils is, if you have your hooks hooked onto the D-rings, a lot of times this will flap so much that they'll work their way out, and a lot of times they'll break your bungees. And so what you do here is you hook it to the rub rail, you put it through the D-ring, and then you hook it back up to the rub rail. And another thing you do, lastly, well, not lastly, I could think of 2 more things, but you take this 2-inch strap and you take a ratchet, and what you do is you hook them together like that in the middle. And about here you throw it over here, it'll go over there, pull it over here. And what you do is, on the other side, you have it go underneath the rub rail, through there, over top this tail here, because what happens is this is way out here, like a fastback Mustang or whatever. Anyway, you don't want it to be a fastback. It might be aerodynamic with cars, but it'll make your tarp flap like crazy. But anyway, snaking it through the rub rail will hold this down, keep that from flapping. And then you snake it back down here just like that. You hook it here, and you tighten that about as good as you can. Because, man, let me tell you, these things will flap like crazy. And this 2-inch strap, it'll be a lifesaver with these. Lastly, over here, we got this tail over here. What do you do with your excess? A lot of people take the back, and then they take a 4x4 and they roll it up into the 4x4, strap down the 4x4. A lot of people will roll this up, put the 4x4 on top, strap that down, or roll this up and just strap down the excess. I've tried all 3 of those, and they've all failed. This is the one that hasn't failed with me. I roll it all the way out. I don't care how long it is. And what I do is I put some bungees down just to hold it down, and you let it all the way out. Because if you roll it up, it's going to become unrolled. Not every time, but eventually you do this enough and it will. Alright, this Matt with Tips for Truckers. There's your super coil tips. Have a great day.